And we are here. Welcome to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN Ballpark on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Listen, we are brought to you by Dodgers Foundations, Perry Publishing, Kai's Concept, Impressions Printing, Bedford's Camera and Videos, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Big O's Pork and Dreams. Let me tell you all, we are here in a different location at this CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN Ballpark in the Hall of Fame. I thought he was a curator, but he's the president. He's the man, Mike James. And with a name like Mike, it's probably really Michael, so we have kindred spirits. But what an amazing place, and I think everyone needs to come out to this Hall of Fame here at the CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN Ballpark. Obviously, Jim Thorpe is and all of that information is here. And so I have been just excited and impressed in a few minutes that I've been here. But we have a few student athletes with us on tonight. We have John Marshall Track. Give it up for John Marshall. I know that I'm supposed to be impartial, but whenever there are bears around, my colors really do show. But I'm going to be from Southeast when they come up, I promise. All Southeast soccer. So we have from John Marshall Track Team, we have student athletes Dorian, Middleton, and Eric Threatt with their coach, Anthony Gardner. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. I've been giving these guys a hard time earlier. They're very handsome guys, and obviously they play multiple sports. So let's jump right into it. Coach Gardner, how long have you been coaching track here at John Marshall?
This is going on my 8th year at John Marshall. It's 8th year, and it's been really good. Been blessed to come in, step into a school and program and help rebuild the track program there. Got some big footsteps to follow. Coach Ellis and Coach
Clyde to Glide.
Yeah, Coach Danzler. So it's been a great ride, and I've been blessed to have some good athletes.
So before I get to Eric and Dorian, how did you get involved in coaching track? Right.
I ran track in high school, and when I decided to go back to school, I knew I wanted to be a coach. And so track was one of the sports I wanted to coach. Been doing it for 20 years. Started in 2002. Started at Roosevelt Middle School and went there from Star Spencer to Douglas, and now I'm here at John Marshall.
Cool beans, man. So Dorian, obviously I know you were number one on the football team, the quarterback, and then so Eric, how did you guys get involved in running track? Was it, some football coach said, hey, you got to do this, or what has been your attraction to running track and field?
Coach Gardner, honestly, he convinced me to come out there. I wasn't going to run. Like, my freshman year, we didn't have it because of COVID and stuff, but I didn't plan on running, at all freshman year. Sophomore year, convinced me to come out. I had fun, really enjoyed it, so that's just how it started for me.
Gotcha. Eric?
Yeah, I was running summer track, and that inspired me to keep on going.
Sure.
Yeah.
What has been you guys' inspiration? Obviously, Dorian, you talked about Coach Gardner getting you out there, but what's kind of your inspiration to continue? Like, who in the track and field world, if there is one, that you're gathering and garnering inspiration from?
All them state championships Coach Ellis got.
Coach Ellis got some state championships. So when you
back to back.
When you talk history of John Marshall Track, women's track won 16 state championships in a row. Yeah. I got to tell you, I was around for 4 of those. Now, we didn't win one in terms of the boys. Mm-hmm. We got really close a couple of times, but obviously, what a rich history. What about you?
My dad, yeah.
Now, what did he run?
He ran the 200 and the 1.
What high school did he attend?
John Marshall.
That's what I'm talking about. What's his name? Tell us his name.
Eric Threatt.
Shout out Eric Threatt. so Coach, tell me what a normal kind of a track workout looks like. Tell me, because now I ran for Clyde Ellis.
Oh yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah. A regular old track schedule workout is, we warm up, get stretched, and then it depends on the day. Like today, we ran, just trying to build up their stamina. We ran 2 400 build-ups, and then we went to the weight room. So it just depends on the day.
Gotcha. So Dorian and Eric, tell me what is the one thing that you really love about participating in track, and what your favorite event is? Tell me that. The thing you love and what your favorite event is.
I just love the environment, just being around everybody, just being able to compete and run, just just having fun with it, honestly. And then, what was the other question? Pardon me.
What's your favorite event?
My favorite event, probably the 4x2.
Gotcha. So that did not exist when we were in high school.
No,
That's a Johnny come lately deal.
Well,
It was just the girls who ran the
It's
4x2.
just girls,
Yeah. Cool beans. That 200 is a little far for me, but go ahead.
Yeah. My favorite outcome is seeing everybody's times and how they did. Yeah, and seeing how people decline and recline.
What's your favorite event?
The 300 hurdles,
Now, what's your PR?
39.
I think that's pretty good. Last I checked, I'm not a hurdler, but I might have to go practice. So, Coach, how do you determine what these guys run? Like, what is it as a coach that you kind of look at to evaluate? You know, like a football coach sees a guy, okay, he's a DB, he's a wide receiver. How do you determine what these guys' skill sets are and what event may be more appropriate for them?
Well, to be honest, these two seniors been the workhorses for me for the last 2 years, and they both have great leadership skills. Like Dorian, I threw him in as a sophomore. He got to run with Bryce Stevenson, and Dorian I put him in a big responsible spot as a sophomore, and he's had stayed true to it. Now Eric, been blessed. God just dropped him in my hands. Like both his parents ran track at John Marshall in the late 1999, early 2000s.
Gotcha.
Both his parents. And they were really fierce competitors.
Sure.
So Eric here, he's being modest, but he's the state runner-up in the 110s and the 300 hurdles from last year.
Sure.
I mean, they both have great leadership skills.
Gotcha. So, Eric, being from a track family with a mom and dad who participated, I want to use a term, I don't want to use it lightly here, but what kind of pressure or what do your parents say to you? Because I know as a dad of boys who play my sport, I know how I talk to them. What is that like growing up in that household with your parents being outstanding track athletes?
Yeah, coming back home with no medals is the worst.
Wow. Like, what did you do today?
Yeah. And then seeing my sister have them.
Oh, really? Now,
Yeah.
what are your sister and where is she?
She topping 100 and the 200.
She's in high school with you? She's
Yeah.
at John Marshall?
She
Cool
a
beans.
sophomore.
Cool beans. Well, you better compete with your sister at least. So Middleton, tell me this. You played football. How do you think, and then I'll go to you, Coach, how do you think running track, if in fact going to college to play football is your main priority, or if it's running track, how do you think track is going to help you in your overall athletic pursuits?
I feel like it's a mindset thing. Like, going out there on the track is you versus you. It's just because if you go out there worrying about what he gonna run, you're not gonna run what you could run.
Sure.
So it's just a mindset thing.
So is your desire to go to college to participate in either football or track?
Oh, I'm signed to go play football.
Where are you going to play?
NEO.
Okay, cool. So what do your NEO coaches say about your participating in track? They're
they
all
love
for
it,
it?
yeah.
Absolutely. So you tell me, Eric, what is your next step? As you're a senior, are you scheduled to go run somewhere at the next level?
Nah, not yet. Not that I know of right now.
Well, listen, and let's move to Coach. Coach, what do you talk to these guys about recruiting? Because obviously from our day, recruiting is different.
Yeah.
So now the student athlete really recruits the school for the
Yes.
most part. So what is your conversation with your student athletes about the next level?
They have to go research the school that they would like to apply to, but be conscious of the schools that want him.
Sure.
Want them. Eric is going to go run track in college.
Sure.
He just got to pick and choose.
Sure.
Which school best fits him. So at the beginning of the season, even the last season, I just told him, hey, go fill out applications.
Sure.
Go check out and see what best fits you. So
Gotcha. So Coach Gardner, tell me, as a 8-9-year coach, where are you finding inspiration, encouragement, strategy in terms of how you are preparing your student athletes for track meets?
It's basically simple. I still got the fire and love for the youth and the kids. That's what keeps me driving, and I would like to see all kids, especially in the John Marshall community, succeed. So it's just
Sure.
the kids. I mean,
So Dorian and Eric, talk to me a little bit about, and I'll start with you first, Dorian. What is nutrition like for you on the day of the track meet?
Day of the track meet.
Tell me your favorites. What's in the lunch pail that Mama and Daddy pack for you?
In the morning, like before the meet, I'll probably eat like a donut or something, like one thing, and probably drink a coffee. Then I'm good for the day.
Sure. Nothing throughout the day.
Probably like
What you snacking on during the meet?
usually I don't snack during the meet, so
Okay.
I can't even do it. Sometimes I'll probably eat like an orange or something.
Man, I'm eating hot dogs.
Nah, I can't. do it. It's coming up. when I get on the
No, I
track.
hear you. So Eric, tell me what your diet looks like.
Yeah. On the meet day, I eat a McGriddle, and then last me to the middle of the day, get a sandwich, then just go ham on some candy gummies. Yeah, pretty much.
So Coach Gardner, tell me what your conversation is with student athletes about diet. Obviously, over the last 10, 15 years, however long it's been, nutrition has become such a big part of student athletes' performance. So what's your conversation with your student athletes?
basically tell them to get something in their stomach, something that's going to, give them energy throughout the day. So, a donut and coffee. He need to eat some eggs and bacon and get some toast. And we do provide snacks and food for them throughout the day. So I haven't seen him snack, but I know by the end of the track meet that cooler's empty.
Yeah, everybody.
That cooler's empty. But, just basically get something in your system that's going to give you energy and so you can perform at your top peak.
When I used to go watch my kids run track, my favorite snack to still out that ice chest? It's the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man. Like, it's unbelievable. A little cold, right? Anyway.
Crustables.
I'm telling you, yeah. So, guys, what is it that you're listening to? What's your top 5 in your headphones, whatever, iTunes? I don't know what they have these days. Your Apple Music. What are you listening to that's gonna get you to run that best time?
I'm a YB fan. Young boy.
Young boy. I heard of him before. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
anything he sings or raps or
Yeah.
says. So, Young boy. Anybody else?
Yeah, I only listen to Yeet. That Yeet give me hype.
Yeet.
Yeah,
I don't rock with Yeet. Right?
give me hype.
So Yeet is his name?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know where that's from. Where's he from?
He don't know.
So Coach, tell me what your conversation is with their student athletes, right? Like, so football, basketball, they have all of these rah-rah speeches as I remember riding on the bus with Coach Ellis, and I mean, he was a great coach. I can't repeat everything he says on this radio show, but what's your conversation with your student athletes as they prepare to run in these track meets?
I just try to empower them to compete the best of their abilities. Tell them, hey, think about your race. Go through the race in your head, okay? This is where you need to get better at and stuff like that. So we try to prepare them. And like they said, they be listening to their music on the bus.
Yeah.
I'll probably be Coach Ellis when we get off the bus on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when I get off the bus, I'm ready. I'm right there.
Let's
I'm
go.
like,
It's
hey,
game
let's go.
time.
So I just try to empower them and talk to them about things they need to do to get better, to drop time.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this question, and then these two student athletes can answer as well. So when you start talking about the 100, the 200, the hurdles, I'll share a personal story of my son and his 300 hurdle experience at Heritage Hall. But what's the strategy for the different events? Like, what do you say a strategy is? And I want to talk about what your guys' approach is to running the 400 or running the 200, right? So Coach, talk to us a little bit about that strategy. We got novice here that don't know how to run that 400 or the 100. Tell us what we do.
Okay, each race is different. So you got different techniques pertaining to, like, the 100. You have to have a good start.
Sure.
You got to have good form, good drive phase coming out the blocks. 200. You got to have good form and good curve. Now the 400, that's the man's race. So you got to, like, we were talking about this today after practice, and you got to, like Dorian said, you have to want to run that. You got to want to run it.
You ain't just getting out there running that.
No, you got to want to run it. And I teach them to try to go, if somebody in front of them, go hawk them down.
Go get it.
Go get it. So it's just different techniques for
Sure.
each race.
I ran my fastest time ever in the state track meet in Moore, Oklahoma. Was it Moore or Norman? In the 200. I had the 5th fastest time going into the finals. I ran my best time ever. Do you hear me, Dorian? Do you hear me, Eric? I got dead last. Raphael Denson ran right by me. Kevin Rose ran right by me. I ran 22 flat. I was dead last in the state of Oklahoma. I was so proud of myself. I didn't have a medal to take home, but I was happy. So tell me, what's your strategy for the 400, Dorian?
400, I'll say just get out as fast as you can, because it's gonna help you. It's gonna help you set up your race later. If you just get out.
Sure. Eric, 300 hurdles, 100 hurdles. You got any strategy? Just don't hit them.
Yeah, for the 100, as soon as you hit one, your speed gone. Whole seconds gone. And then for the 300, I just get to running.
Gotcha.
Let the form take over.
So, 1992, I graduated 91, I think. Kawanza Johnson, Kevin Rose, Ray. Our state championship 4x4 record just was broken a few years ago. And I was the slowest. Again, I'm so proud to be the slowest on that great track, on that great 4x4 team. You guys need to take pride in your efforts, man. I don't mind. So tell me, I guess we're getting ready to close here in a minute. Who are those people, Coach Gardner, that you would like to say thank you to that has really contributed to the success of John Marshall Track and all the things that you do there, John Marshall? And then we'll go to Dorian and Eric.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the John Marshall community. I'd like to thank the North Side. I hate to say it. Thank you, North Side. Administration, and Terry Harris, and my athletic director.
He's like woodwork over there.
Oh, yeah, man. And my athletic director, Kevin Myers.
Sure.
So I'd like to thank all of them because they have been very helpful in my 8 years being at John Marshall.
Gotcha. Dorian, who would you like to say thank you to? And then tell us how we can hit you up, and those coaches who are listening or they come by this YouTube page, how can we reach out and see you on social media?
I just want to thank.
Don't be putting bad stuff out there, just FYI.
I got you. I just want to thank my coaches, all the administrators at my school, all my seniors I've had while I've been running track, just my parents, everybody. Just thank you to them.
Cool beans. Eric?
Yeah, Instagram, Tinky JK _ and I just want to thank my family, my dad and my mom, for keeping me in this track community. Yeah.
Well, we hope you get some medals. When's the next track meet?
Friday. We'll be All City at Douglas High School. Then the 28th we'll go to Duncan, run, and that's going to be a really hot meet. And then after that we'll get ready. We're preparing to go to regionals.
Gotcha.
So I've been blessed to every year that I've coached track that I've got guys to qualify to go compete at state.
Sure.
That's one of my good things I bump my chest about is that. So.
Yep. We got 1 minute as Conan is on his JOB tonight. Hey, tell me one thing. Who is that other team that when you line up to run your race, you looking for them? You want them to be next to you. Who is that?
City.
They out there playing baseball tonight.
I want the track team.
You want that track team. The little fella named Godwin can show Scoot a little bit.
He running? I haven't seen him run.
I don't know.
Godwin.
He might be running. Tell me, who you looking to see?
I don't be looking for nobody. I just leave it all on the track.
I hear you. Listen, I want to say thank you to Dorian and to Eric and to Coach Gardner and the John Marshall track team. You are listening to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports 105.3 FM at the CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN Ballpark. We'll see you on the other side.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
Could you use monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet? Find out about Supplemental Security Income. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you're 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Need a banking partner you can count on? Call First Security Bank and Trust Company. It will be the best call you will ever make. Personal banking with First Security Bank and Trust Company can make life so easy. We offer mobile banking, online banking, and qualifying accounts can even make deposits using a cell phone. You will have instant access to all of your financial information, and you're able to check your balance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can transfer funds and even pay bills. You have total control. Plus, we offer personal customer service to help you with all your banking needs. Visit us today at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street or give us a call at 405-424-4341 or visit our website at www.fsbokc.com. First Security Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Black radio is Black history. For 75 years, Black radio has always been there for us with our music, with our truths, with our culture. It's why the Play Ode mobile app was created. Enjoy Play Ode whether riding, working, or chilling. It's wherever you are, loud and proud. Support some of America's best Black radio, Black podcast, Black news and information on a Black-owned app. Download Play Ode from your mobile app provider right now.
Wait, aren't these all charitable donations?
At Magda's Tax Prep, every person counts.
I'd rather not have to file for an extension.
She needs new auditors to maximize returns on her family time.
On itemized deductions. Hey, can someone help with these 1099s?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
King C. Gillette is the modern man's answer to their facial hair. Complete your beard and grooming toolkit with a set of King C. Gillette personal care products perfect for your beard style. Their beard and face wash gently cleanses to leave your skin and hair feeling soft and smooth. It's also infused with coconut water, argan oil, and avocado oil, topped off with the King C. Gillette signature scent. Master your style with King C. Gillette.
We do business the right way at Smikla Chevrolet. That's why every new and pre-owned vehicle we sell comes with a Smikla Chevrolet's lifetime powertrain warranty. Shop with peace of mind. SmiklaChevrolet.com. Find new roads. See dealer for details.
It's graduation time, and the Black Chronicle newspaper wants to put your graduate in our 2023 Education and Graduation Special Edition. If you or your loved one is graduating from high school, college, grad school, VOTEC, preschool, kindergarten, or middle school, put your graduate in this edition. Each graduate will be featured with a full color picture and bio in this special edition that will be published Thursday, May 25th. Deadline to get in this special edition is Wednesday, May 17th. This year, you can be put in the paper, our special online edition, and on the radio spot heard on Heart and Soul 92.1 1140 and Power 103.5. Call and put your loved one in this tradition-rich edition by going online to blackchronicle.com. That's blackchronicle.com, or call 405-425-4100, 425-4100, and ask for the graduation manager. Congratulations for all our graduates for 2023 from the Black Chronicle newspaper.
Monday at 9, 8 Central on VH1, entertainment and soul superstar Monica hosts Celebrity True Crime Story. Don't blink, or you might miss the motives, the methods, and the mystery surrounding heinous crimes against those who go from public figure to innocent victim. From music mogul Jam Master Jay to boxing phenom Christy Martin, VH1 has all the intrigue you need. Catch an all-new season of Celebrity True Crime Story hosted by Monica, Monday at 9, 8 Central on VH1.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with the set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
And we're back. Welcome to the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at Chickasaw BRICKTOWN Ballpark on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Yeah! Brought to you by Dodgers Foundation, Perry Publishing, Kai's Concept, Impressions Printing, Bedford's Camera and Videos, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Big O's Pork and Dreams. Don't forget, I told you that we are up here for the first time in the Hall of Fame with Mr. Mike James. And he shared with me that they have the largest statewide initiative for tobacco, alcohol, vape initiative, drug initiative in the state of Oklahoma. So I probably messed it up a little bit, but it's really, really cool that we are hosting this in a place where this Hall of Fame is doing so much to impact the quality of life for our high school kids. So come and see the Hall of Fame here at the Chickasaw BRICKTOWN Ballpark. It's a lot of fun. It's really, really cool. So nice to meet Mr. James, and I think our paths have crossed somewhere at some of these people's homes that we know together. So we've had John Marshall track on, and so now we have Southeast High School boys soccer. We have Jose, Jaime, and Miguel Serrano, and Coach Garron Park. It is the famous, the infamous Southeast soccer team. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
So you guys are kind of up in the suites in the booth while the baseball team is getting ready to play down on the field against Dale City High School. You guys going to stay around for a little bit of the game?
Yeah.
Cool
for
beans.
Some of the game.
Yeah. So how does that make you feel, Coach? I mean, and students, athletes. You know, your team this is just no ordinary ballpark to be able to play your baseball game at this Chickasaw BRICKTOWN Ballpark.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal. I think just the atmosphere. Not a lot of kids get the opportunity to see what it feels like on the field in a stadium. So it's a super awesome opportunity.
Sure. I'm going to have to get a hot dog or something. You can't leave ballpark without a hot dog. Like, it's just not right if you ever leave without a hot dog. It's a written rule, I promise. So Coach Park, tell me, Garron Park, how long have you been at Southeast Soccer?
So started at Southeast in 2018 and took over the soccer team in 2019.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get into soccer?
So I showed up on Southern Nazarene's campus, and my brother was already going there, and he said, hey, let's go try out for the soccer team. And so we walked to the coach's office and asked to show up, and he said, this is when practice is, and then he never asked us to leave, so I assume we made it.
Yeah, absolutely. I assume you did. So tell me, Jose and Miguel, which Miguel, we do share a middle name. So this is a true story. And I'm going to pull out my ID because I know you're going to think I'm not telling the truth. My name is actually Michael Miguel. It's weird. My mother did not know Spanish, I promise. Just in case you question the authenticity of my name. So how did you guys start getting into soccer?
Well, I mean, I've been playing my whole life since I can remember.
Sure.
Just touching the ball at home.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I started playing since I was 3. My dad showed me the sport, I just fell in love with it.
Sure. So other than your parents, who is it that you're watching now on TV and all of those other places? Where do you gain your inspiration from to continue to strive to be the best soccer player you can be?
Just watching professional soccer.
Sure. Who's your favorite player?
Well, he's a little retired now, but it was Kun Aguero, Sergio Aguero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine was Ronaldinho.
Now, I heard of Ronaldo, but Ronaldinho. I know your guy. I mean, he's really good, though. I bet he's really good. So Coach, where obviously you played at Southern Nazarene and all those coaches, and that's kind of a resource that you have, but where are you going to kind of get some strategy and just try to continue to hone in on your coaching ability? Who does that for you?
Yeah, well, I think to be a successful coach, you have to be a fan of the sport as well. And
sure.
So you can ask my wife. I probably spend too much time watching soccer. But I'm constantly, Saturdays are for soccer. It's probably on 24/7, whatever game it is, whether it's in Premier League or MLS. I'm always watching.
Let me ask you this question, right? I think in America, they say America's greatest pastime is baseball, potentially, right? Football is very popular. But the world sport is really probably soccer.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I mean, there's probably history books written about it.
Sure. That I'm unfamiliar with.
Yeah, I mean, just being popular. It's an accessible sport. I mean,
sure.
all you need is a ball and some grass and, 4 rocks, and you got the soccer field. So it's probably one of the most accessible sports there are.
Sure.
And I think that probably lends to its popularity.
Sure. It's a sport that if anyone is interested in, it's not going to cost you. And so let's talk about that. I really hadn't talked about other sports, but you talked about accessible, but really another term is affordable, right? So yeah, to play on club teams and all of that, yeah, there needs to be some resources. But if someone just wants to play soccer, then they have the ability to, because it's something that doesn't require a lot of resources.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think we have a lot of, especially here in Oklahoma City, a lot of outreach and growth in the sport. Field and Futures, Energy Foundation, they're doing a bunch to grow the sport, provide fields that kids can play on, or futsal fields, all the fields that are down at the new Scissortail Park. So just access is probably one of the biggest things.
And I guess with the Police Athletic League, I think their partnership with the YMCA, they now have soccer even with the elementary. So what you're beginning to see is this vertical integration of as many sports as possible as young kids matriculate through the various divisions, that they are being exposed to all of these sports, which in turn you would hope they're more familiar, but obviously they have developed into potentially some decent student athletes at that point.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's one of the biggest things, is having a model where kids can get into the sport as soon as possible and then have as much time playing, and then we just get a bigger pool of student athletes.
Sure. So Miguel and Jose, tell me, what positions do you guys play?
I play center back for Southeast.
Okay.
Same thing.
All right, so tell me, because I don't know anything, what a center back does.
So a center back is basically a defense.
Okay.
And just clear the ball and try to control the play, because you're on the back of the field.
So you're next to, or you're the last line of defense before the goalie?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
okay,
much.
Cool beans.
Yeah, so you're behind the whole field, so you see everything that's going on. You got to dictate the speed of the play.
Got you. So, Miguel, tell me, what kind of do soccer players run plays? What does that look like?
We just come up with it in our head. We just move around. See what people move at, and you just pass the ball there and just move around with them.
Sure. So, Coach, what is kind of your strategy when it comes to practice to kind of make sure that your guys are growing, developing, and kind of moving in that progressive direction?
Yeah, so I mean, it's all obviously all starts with fundamentals. You can't pass a ball, you can't receive a ball, you can't really do anything else. So always working the fundamentals. But then as far as like translating, moving a ball to the pitch, it's about identifying patterns that we might see in games, and how can we repeat those over and over again, or can we put them in really small situations that they'll face in a small scale on the pitch, and then can they translate that little tiny practice to sort of the bigger pitch.
Gotcha. So Miguel and Jose, we were talking a little bit about penalty kicks, right? So Miguel and Jose, whoever wants to go take this question, kind of talk to us about some of the rules of soccer, and then kind of explain to us what this PK stuff is really all about.
So penalty kick is when you get fouled inside of we have a square. We have a square before the.
That the goal line?
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you. Football term. Football term.
Yeah, we have a square which if you get fouled in, or it turns into a penalty kick.
Sure.
And it's just you and the goalkeeper. This is just a shootout, and that's pretty much it.
So what's the strategy with this penalty kick stuff, right? Because you go one way, they go another way. Like I would assume that the offensive person should score all the time, but that is really not the case. So tell me a little bit, Miguel, what's the strategy behind this penalty kick?
I mean, before you get to the spot, just pick a spot, and just hit it there.
Sure.
Go on with confidence, just
gotcha.
Place it.
So let me ask this question. At the end of the game, if the game is tied, right, then it goes to penalty kicks or extras.
Yeah, extra time.
So extra time, but then once we get to this place, what is the whole penalty kick or the kickoff at the end? Somebody explain that to me, because I know I'm not the only one who doesn't know all of that. Coach, if you want to share.
Yeah, so penalty kicks at the end of the game, it's usually each team chooses 5 people to pick and one-on-one.
And this is as a result of the game still being tied or whatever.
Yeah, generally it's deciding games that have penalty kicks. So it's each team chooses 5 players, and they go and see if they can beat each other's keepers. Yeah, and like they said, it's a really confidence thing. I think the closest thing is the one-on-one between a pitcher and a batter.
Sure.
Where it's all you got to think, okay, where's this person swinging? Where's this pitch going? Can I hit it? And
Gotcha.
It's the same thing. Can I guess right if I'm a keeper and get to the spot before the ball gets there?
So Miguel and Jose, do you guys? What year are you? Tell us that, and then kind of what is your perspective about moving on to the next level to play collegiate soccer, if that's a desire of yours?
So I want to play college ball. You know,
Sure.
I'm a junior right now, so hopefully next year, I can get more scouted by college coaches. I mean, it's gonna be harder, but hopefully I can make it.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm a senior at Southeast, but I didn't choose to go to the college route. I'm going to the military, and they might have a soccer program there or something like that.
Sure. So what branch of the military are you?
I'm going to the Navy.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I had a brother retired, 3 years. Great choice, man, and we wish you well in that endeavor. So, Coach, what is your conversation with your student athletes about preparing them for college?
Well, one of the things that Southeast I think prides ourselves on is we are really focused on academics. We want to be one of the best academic schools in the state, and so for all of our athletes, that's the priority, and then after that, then we play. And so grades is the main thing. And I think a college coach, if they can see a student is motivated to get straight A's, show up to class, then that translates to the soccer field where they're like, okay, this student's motivated. That's the kind of player I also want. I don't want a player that's going to be, on the edge of not being able to be eligible every game.
Sure.
So I think that's a huge factor.
So, Miguel and Jose, tell me, how do you guys manage that academic rigor and the requirements for Southeast soccer?
For school, school's the first thing, because if you don't keep your grades up, then you can't play.
Gotcha.
So that should be your main focus, just doing your work, studying, but also keeping soccer on the side to give you that freedom from school.
Sure.
You just communicate with your teachers, your coach. If you got things to do with school, you just talk to your coach, but also use soccer as your motivation to, keep pushing the school.
Sure. So, tell me, Coach, are we in soccer season right now? And then tell me what's happening with your soccer, your current soccer situation.
We have one game in the regular season left, and then we head to playoffs. We play Bishop McGuinness on Friday.
Current record?
We are, 10-3.
I think so.
11-3, 9-3, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So with one game left to play, Bishop McGuinness, what happens after that?
Yeah, so go to playoffs. Bishop will probably decide our district standing. So
Sure.
If we beat them, we're first. If we lose, we're second. And that kind of decides the strength of the opponent we see first round in the playoffs and sort of the path back to the championship game.
So kind of give me some perspective about this particular team and kind of where you are compared to teams in the past and some of those past successes. And obviously, what are you looking forward to as you reach the conclusion of this season?
Yeah, well, I think a big motivating factor for all of my teams is the desire to win. Like, we're not there just having fun is important.
Sure.
Building players up to be better people is important, but that's sort of the primary motivator is we want to win games. And as far as I think this is one of the best teams I've had. At least fundamentally, our ability. Every kid's ability with the ball is one of the best we've had. I think our biggest struggle this season is probably mentality.
Sure.
Our ability to have sort of that fighting edge where we're, motivated to win and not just rely on our talent alone.
Gotcha. So Miguel and Jose, tell me your fondest moment thus far. So, Jose, you can tell me what it has been for your 4 years thus far. Miguel, you can share what it's been for you as well. Tell me your greatest moment.
So I've been playing Southeast for 3 years, but I'd say the best moment would be winning the semifinals to then make it to the finals and have a chance at a state.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's probably the proudest moment.
When was that? What year was that?
That was last year.
Gotcha.
Then, yeah.
Okay. Miguel? My brother?
Probably the same thing, you know, make it to the state finals, you know. I mean, my freshman year came out short because of COVID.
Sure.
But, like, make it to the state finals, you know, it was good.
Has Southeast coach ever won a state championship in soccer?
Yeah, 2019. 2019.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you guys are standing on the shoulders of some success already. And so what do you think is a contributing factor for this the consistency that you're seeing at Southeast High School?
Is that for me?
Yes, that's for you.
Yeah. Well, I think the demographics of our school, we have our kids grow up playing soccer. That's the primary sport. I'd say that a majority of our students, they play their whole life. And when you have that environment, I mean, that's going to be a sport that I think is successful. And so that's probably the biggest contributing factor. And I think Southeast is uniquely situated in the south side of OKC to bring in a lot of we have a lot of students that want to go to Southeast and a lot of athletes that want to play at Southeast, not just for soccer, but for various sports.
Sure. So, Miguel and Jose, do you guys play another sport outside of soccer?
For me, it's my life pretty much just soccer.
Gotcha.
Elementary, middle school, high school, it's just soccer.
I do cross country sometimes. You know, just get conditioning and stamina so I can run up and down that field.
Gotcha. So, Coach, let me ask you this question. What is your approach to dual sport athletes? Do you encourage that, or are you just, focus on one?
No, as many sports as they can reasonably fit in their schedule and still stay up to date on their grades. Obviously, like cross country and soccer are different seasons, so that one is super easy. But right now it's also track season. But if students want to play multiple sports, if they can balance that and they can still show up for both of those, then I think it's awesome. And I think it helps develop students.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this question. What is the one transferable skill that you feel like you've learned on the soccer field that's transferable to life, right? What is that one thing that you learned that you can use and apply in your everyday life?
I think on the field, there's many different outcomes, and just keeping that mind, just keeping it stable and not letting it run out with anger or just keeping your head. I think that translates really well to life while dealing with problems and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, same thing, also being respectful inside the field and out the field.
Gotcha. So every team has a mantra, or they have a slogan, or they have this one thing that they say when they break the huddle. Coach, tell me what that is. Let's start with the student athletes first, and then I'll come to you and you tell me the truth. What is the one word or the one phrase that you think describes this year's soccer team?
I think one word, just like our school, would be Spartans, because I think we fought really well in various games.
Sure. 300.
Sometimes we just say, let's just go take this dub and just go out.
Got you. Hey, listen. Coach, what do you think?
Yeah, and that's a tough one. I think one of my probably most common phrases is pain is temporary, defeat's permanent. And sometimes it's fighting through not just like physical pain, but like the emotional aspect of the game. And then I think I tell the boys a lot, like, fight for each other. Like, you're not just out here, you kicking a ball around. It's you. Like every mistake you make reflects on your whole team, and every good thing you do does the same thing.
Sure. I don't know how much you guys got to see as you walked around this Hall of Fame, but when I walked around here and I saw the names, obviously the University of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, the Barry Sanders, and I think even I saw Stacey Dell's women basketball player, and you got Jim Thorpe. What do you feel like when you walk in here and you know that LaDamian Tomlinson and all these other people, they had to sacrifice something? How does that make you feel, knowing that in order to achieve something has to happen? Like, there's a cost to pay. How do you feel about, as a student athlete, paying that cost? Because to win that state championship that's coming up really soon, what are you willing to pay for it?
Yeah, I think you gotta put a lot of work in. I think you sacrifice some relationships and some time to stay focused on the sport and just train as hard as you can for yourself and for the team, because you don't want to let your team down.
Sure.
I mean, you got to sacrifice your free time sometimes, You got to work out when you got no practice. You got to work on yourself,
Sure. Coach?
Yeah. I mean, time's the biggest commitment. If you don't show up, there's nothing gonna happen. I would like to see maybe 1 or 2 more soccer things in the Hall of Fame here. I think maybe we got some future Hall of Famers.
Mike, James is over there. We can talk to him, and you talking to the man himself.
Excellent. Right on the spot.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Obviously, just what you walk around here and see, and the inspiration that you can gain. Even for me, whether it's my sport or not, what I see is a group of people who collectively decided, hey, I'm willing to pay the cost in order to be the best that I can be. I have a 12-year-old daughter who plays volleyball, and she hurt her foot. And I really thought when she had hurt her foot that she was done. Like, she's not going to go play. She played in a tournament in St. Louis, and my wife said she played the entire time. I was like, girl, I got so much respect for you, because I don't think you can play this without playing through pain, right? It all costs, right, us something. So we're getting ready to shut out here in a few minutes. So let's start with the players first. Guys, tell me, who would you like to say thank you to, who have contributed to your success and just helped you to kind of be all that you need to be?
So first and foremost, I would like to thank my parents for bringing me out into this world and introducing me to the lovely sport.
And Jose and Miguel are very handsome guys. I'm just saying, somebody just go to YouTube, you can see them.
Yeah, and I'd like to give thanks to the South Side for being so competitive on soccer.
Sure.
And just rising everybody's ambition on the sport.
Cool beans. Miguel?
My parents, especially my dad, he showed me the sport, and my coaches and my club team, they showed me how to play the sport and love it more. And also the South Side, we compete down here, and it's a lot of fun.
Listen, I watched you guys basketball this year. I saw your football this year. It was very competitive across the board. What an exciting times for Southeast. So, Coach, you.
Yeah, obviously, wife, family. I don't think anybody really we'll always rely on our family as far as we go in life. And then I think all the players. Obviously, I wouldn't have a job if they're not willing to show up and put the work in, and I'd probably have a lot less fun if they weren't willing to do it.
Well, listen, I know that Southeast High School is getting ready to play Dell City out here at this CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN ballpark tonight. You guys going to stay around for a few innings. Maybe you can sing Take Me Out to the Ballpark. If you don't know it, I think they'll teach it to you tonight. So listen, thank you for watching the Metro Tech OKCPS's Coaches Show here at the CHICASHAW BRICKTOWN ballpark on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Brought to you by Dodgers Foundations, Perry Publishing, Kai's Concept, Impressions Printing, Bedford's Cameron Videos, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Big O's Pork and Dreams. I'll see you next Monday.